What's up, guys? Today I want to talk about my 60 paladin death that I had in Ubers the other day, and I want to share with you some tech that I learned about that I'm going to use in all my future Ubers runs. So in hardcore, a lot of people that group up for this dungeon, they'll just do Rind runs. Melee need double down Rinds, tanks can get a chance at Fell Striker, healers need Briarwood Reed. There's tons of groups doing half the dungeon, and leave out the Beast and General Dracasath. If you want to do the second half, those final two bosses, you really need the right group. You need to have a good comp that has the right amount of CC. You need to have a mage. Ideally, you could get away with kiting General Dracasath with a hunter. You need to have enough DPS. You don't want a fresh group. It takes a lot in Ubers to safely do the second half of the dungeon. The group that I was in today, this wasn't a fresh group. I had Bobka, Josito Jones. We had some well-known players. We had some gamers. I had a lot of DPS that were progressed. Some people from my stream that I knew that I'd ran a lot of dungeons with. Everybody was really comfortable. And we still struggled on the trash leading up to General Dracasath. I think it was the second to last trash pack that we pulled. I ended up having to burn Lay on Hands on one of the warrior tanks. I think all the warriors were just Fury dual wield tanking. Nobody had a shield on. But everybody was just tanking one mob at a time. And so even in this non-fresh hardcore group, we were still struggling on the trash. And so I had to burn Lay on Hands, a huge cooldown before General Drac. I was a little bit concerned going into the final fight. So we go ahead and pull Dracasath, and I do my normal run in. I hodge one of the trash packs just to stem some damage. And as you can see, my main tank still goes from 100% to 20% health, and he's Mortal Striked instantly. So I'm freaking out at this point. I'm tunnel vision. I'm trying to keep him up. I don't have Lay on Hands. Maybe I could have bopped him. That might have caused more problems than it was worth. I could have one-shot Bobka if he was second on threat just by being in melee. And the mistake that I made was running in and moving to the right where Dracasath was getting kited away. And so Dracasath, he has two abilities. He Flame Strikes and Conflagrates. And as soon as he drops the Flame Strike, it opens up a window for the Conflag to come out on the person that has the highest threat. And I think it's about a 3-second gap that it can come as soon as that Flame Strike gets put on the ground. And so as you can see, I'm stuck here in the Flame Strike. I'm still highest threat, get conflagrated right away. I should have bubbled out of this, but I just wasn't paying attention. I was concerned about healing the group, and I go down. And this isn't the part of the fight where we learned about the tech, but it's the next part. Because we're one healing this now, we have Johnny Sloth, our Feral. He's off healing, and this still almost was a full wipe, a disaster. I almost killed, 5 or 6 people because I didn't bubble out of this mechanic. And so Dracasath comes back. The healing is extremely rough. The DPS maybe isn't all there. Maybe the group's not as good as I thought it was. And you see Bobka get down to 3% in this fight. Everybody was nearly done. Josito Jones was by the end of it. And this is the new tech that I want to share with you that saved the entire group. On the last wave of Flame Strike Conflagrate, Bobka actually ends up dropping a target dummy as soon as the Flame Strike comes out. Inside this 3-second window, that Conflagrate goes out on the person that has the highest amount of threat. And so the way the target dummies work, they get snap threat instantly. And they don't pulse. It's really easy to pull threat off of the target dummy, but because of the timing, it got put down as soon as the Conflagrate came out. It got cast on the target dummy. And I think if this landed on one of the DPS, DPS would have died. The boss wouldn't have gone down quick enough. I think Josito and Johnny Sloth were out of mana to begin with. And at this point, 5 or 6 people would have died if it wasn't for Bobka dropping this target dummy within that Conflagrate window. So this was perfect. Another huge play from Bobka. Shout out to the PvP god. So I just wanted to share this target dummy tech and the way it works with General Dracasath, this final boss at Ubers. I'm going to be using dummies on the trash beforehand as well. Hopefully you liked the video. If there's any other tips that you want to share about Ubers or this last fight, put them down in the comment section. Like the video, share it with your friends, and let me know what you guys want to see next.